Hello, everyone who decided to show up today. Are we ready for the second round of QnA Devstream? I was just about to say I will be a host. I mean, I will be a host, but it's kind of a weird, like, it's not because we're in a talk show or something like that, but like, okay, so tonight's host will be me, and I will be having some fun with Cube, and Liam, and we're gonna have a lovely evening. We're gonna sweep through some questions sent in by you guys through this week. And if you have any more questions that you didn't get to send in, like hit us up in the chat, and we'll look them through. So, are you ready? I think it's time. Should we get the boys in here? Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Liam. Cube. It is.
Yes.
It's now. It's today. We're ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yep.
Yeah, we got ourselves a glass of water. We got ourselves a cup of tea. We got ourselves everything, like all in the world we need to get through this hour to two with questioning and hostage keeping for you two. So don't leave your seat at any time. I can't promise anything bad won't happen to you. You have to listen to me. I need answers. I need answers. The community need answers. Okay. Roark and Vip was in the hot seats last time. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn.
Cool. I'm prepared for 3 hours of Q&A if it comes to it, like Roark and Vip's Devstream.
Nice.
That sounds pretty tiring.
Yeah. I mean, we had fun, so it wasn't that tiring, but like in the end, we could kind of feel it. Anywho, I think we're ready. So let's get to it. First off, Liam, Cube, not a lot. I'm gonna call it Cube. I just keep looking at like fucking the Cube. So yeah.
You can call me whatever you want.
Nice. First off, let me ask you, Cube, first. Yeah. How did you get started? Like with what you're doing? No, actually, like first. Introduce us to yourself. Introduce us. What is your name? What are you doing? Go.
I'm Cube. I created the rig, all the animations, and a handful of the characters for the game.
Okay. So you're basically the man we turn to whenever we need a new character.
Yeah, these days, yeah, I'm the only one doing that.
Okay. So you're the only one. You're telling me there were more people.
Yeah, Yuli did the original batch of characters.
Okay. Okay, nice. Liam, you're up next. What are you doing? Who are you? Tell us about yourself. Go.
Yep. So I'm Liam. I'm the other programmer on the game alongside Roark. We've had a few programmers come in and out. I'm the only other one who stuck around for a significant amount of time. Yeah, so there's that. And yeah, I got on this project after harassing Roark for like 8 months when they get in like 2018 or something.
Okay, nice. So here's a question for both of you. How did you join the project? How did you get to know the project known as Roarks Attack on Titan fan game? We can start with Cube as well this time. So how did you get to know the project, and how did you like join it and get started with it?
Well, that's a tough question. I don't remember how I found the project anymore. But I do know I saw he had a Discord. So I thought I'd shoot him a message saying, hey, I animate stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, since then I've been on the project.
Nice.
I was in like, God, I don't know, was that 2017?
Oh,
It was a long time ago now.
Yeah, I mean the game has been in development for like 4 years, so like it's not. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, why can't you remember that? That is so bad. I mean, come on, we're humans, right?
I barely remember yesterday, so.
Exactly. All right. What about you, Liam? Like, how did you get started with the project? How did you get to know the project? Like,
Yeah, so I talked about it just briefly, but I played Fang's game a lot. So I always liked Attack on Titan, and I really liked Roarks' game. And he was actively developing it, and I would leave comments on like the outdated Game Jolt page, basically just like offering suggestions and stuff. And then I think it was like 6 months between when I started messaging Rec and when he finally actually let me work on the game. But yeah, eventually we got in contact on Discord, and I got in the dev team pretty quickly after that. And then I worked on like the old version of the game for a bit of time, like when multiplayer was just added, and I did some stuff with that. And then like I had a bit of a hiatus for like 10 months, and then I came back, and then from then to now I've been working on the game.
okay. So basically, you just kind of both swooped in. You were like, so Coop, you kind of like swept in and sent DM'd Roark, the man himself, like, I do modeling. Can I join this? Liam, you're a bit like watching over the game, and then suddenly you became a part of it. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So now that we got that all down, we can start on the real stuff. Since now people know who you are. Like there's a lot of devs within this project, and like I'm gonna be honest, when I joined as like the name Tropic Moose, and people instantly started asking me if I was Moose, like the dev, and I was like, what is going on? Because I joined from the very beginning of the game. Like it just got released and I joined in and I just went for it. But as I understood, like the more and more I spoke with Roark, that there's actually a lot of developers, but you only really hear about Roark or Moose because they are like, Roark is literally the name of the thing, and Moose is like the other guy who is really like popping in there. But you guys really stand for a lot of the stuff. I mean, Cube, there literally wouldn't be characters without you, right? Or was the other guy Yuli?
Yuli,
Yeah,
and
Yuli.
That's right.
And Liam, like you did so much as well with the internet and the multiplayer connection stuff and stuff like that. So we all gotta remember to gratulate and like to actually like say thanks to you guys as well, right? We can't just sit here and say it's all Roark's doing, because like you also joined in on the fun. Now we're gonna get into some spicy questions at first already. Liam, someone asked you, are you because everyone knows that it's the game is currently running on a peer-to-peer host system. Are you planning on creating a headless host anytime soon?
So technically, like the multiplayer implementation does support it, but it wasn't something that we like pushed to release because we didn't spend any time testing it or ensuring that it worked properly. So it didn't make it. It was just like out of scope when we were trying to manage what would make it into the final release. But technically the game can do it. If we probably would need to fix a few bugs though, with just weird stuff that might pop up. But yeah, technically it does. It's just not in.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you're saying it is actually like possible for us to get like a headless host?
Yeah, we need to like give people the option to launch the game from the console in headless mode, and we'd have to like fix any bugs that would pop up because it wasn't tested along the way.
Yeah, okay. I know a lot of people would actually like maybe like look into this and actually want this, because there are the 24/7 servers and stuff like that that could work as headless host, and that they're really like keeping the servers running right now.
Yeah, I didn't realize how important it was to actually have headless servers. It wasn't something I put like much stress on, In hindsight, I probably should have, like from the start, put more effort into making sure that made it.
Yeah, but that
'Cause it
is.
would have been.
I mean, that is like hindsight. You know, you never knew that. I know you can't really say that the game has blown up yet, but you never knew that people would actually take it this serious for a fan game and would like create long living servers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't expect it at all. I didn't think it would be so important. So in the end,
Exactly. So next one is actually going to YouTube, and remember, you can just join in anytime soon. You have something to say. Like don't feel the urge. Like just because I'm saying like this is to YouTube, you Liam, you can't join in, or the other way around. Like it's a like we're just having fun. We're just sitting here, having a relaxing time. Hit in with like if you got anything.
All
But
right.
but Q, we got a person here who's asking when is the Historia and Ymir skin coming?
Ask Rourke.
Ask Roarks.
I mean, like I can technically make them. I wouldn't have a difficulty doing so. It's just a matter of how many characters are we going to add? Like, when is the stop point?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there going to be a stop point?
Yeah, because there is a lot of characters in like in the anime franchise and in the manga as well. So like
A lot of popular characters too.
yeah, and like even though some of them even though we might not have all of them to the very end of the show, not gonna spoil anything here, but we still like love these very popular characters. Like so it would make sense to add some more now and then, right? And there is a lot of people like everyone knows it now. It's literally the AOT universe. A lot of people die as well. Like you hear about it when the Titans breach the walls and stuff like that. Sometimes you see some people that you actually like find very like grow very fond of, and then and then and then our dear creator of the show goes like, nope, you're not gonna have that anymore.
Yep. Yeah, it's like I can add characters as long as Vip is willing to continue drawing the portraits, I suppose.
Oh, so
Like
so
that's kind of a
so basically you can go behind Roark's back and just add it, just talk to Vip real quick, like add this
well,
portrait,
I
and
mean,
then you add it.
I wouldn't say that, but I mean, like if I give Rourke a model of like a character and it doesn't have like any actual issues, I doubt he'll say no to it. It's like it completely uninvolves him. So as long as I'm not being ridiculous, like adding like a clown into the game, I don't think he'll care.
Exactly. I've actually spoken about this before, on my normal daily streams, that I'm totally cool with characters, and even if we get character customization, I'm totally cool with that. But the day I see a clown flying around with pink smoke out of its ass and rainbow swords, I'm quitting. Like that will most definitely be the day.
I can assure you that ain't happening.
Oh, nice. Good, good, good. At least some reassurance from our dear devs. Cube, another one.
Oh
For
shit.
you. What is the issue with making a Kenny skin in details? And what would it actually take to make one in terms of time and cost?
All right, so the what's the right words here? the broad description for why Kenny wouldn't be added necessarily would be he would be far too unique. You see the designs of every character, they all have the same costume because they're all part of the Inner Walls cause. But Kenny has the fancy APG thing.
Yeah.
So realistically, if we wanted to add Kenny and we'd have to add like an APG variant costume for the other characters too, and it's kind of a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not impossible. So you should Go to that Ko-fi link.
It's all about the Ko-fi link.
It's like it's not as much work as you would think, because realistically, if I just make Kenny, then I can just take his body and slightly alter it to work with the rest of the characters. But yeah,
so
like that's something that would have to happen. Is we would have to support, like, I guess, alternate skins, for the lack of better words. So Kenny wouldn't be like completely stand out.
So without throwing you totally under the bus and Roark DMing me after saying, what the fuck did you just do? What the fuck did you just force Cube to say? What you're basically saying is that it wouldn't be impossible, and you, like, if you were going to make Kenny at any given point in time, you would just need to also have like an alternative skin for other characters. But with this said, like, wouldn't it just open up also, like, would it be an idea to maybe, you know, add a couple of characters then, you know, from the Kenny squad as well? I'm as most people know, I'm a huge fan of the goggle guy from Kenny squad as well, because they also have like this APG kind of casual outfit.
Yeah, like they all have a sort of similar thing. It would definitely be a lot easier to just adapt the body so everyone has old skins first, and then maybe there would be like those characters.
Okay. Just the
but yeah, it's not impossible to do. It's just a matter of, will it be done?
Yeah, exactly. Like, also, as like Roark said like last time, it's also more a question about, is this worth using the time on right now and the resources? Is it better to like stabilize the classes and the gameplay, or do we want Erdwin and Ymir and Historia, right? So it's kind of like a
it's like different departments.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta tread like evenly on this topic. But I mean, so far so good. I think this sounds really good already. I like what I'm hearing. So now I think we kind of, I don't know if you dodged it on purpose, but what would the question also were like, what is the time and the cost in the terms of making the Kenny skin, like?
Oh no, I just forgot.
yeah, it's fine. I just wanted to
time and cost. I wouldn't know how to quantify that really.
So
It'd
we're
probably
talking
take me
like
a few weeks to get it looking really good.
Okay. And the cost.
Yeah, the cost.
It is
all
time.
of your money.
Yeah, Cube's personal time, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It is
Yeah.
personal time, most definitely. Yeah. Okay. Nice, man. Great. So Liam,
Yes.
you're probably aware of the ping issues occurring during tournaments, during normal matches, during any time spent in the game. Are you planning on doing something about that in the future? Did someone ask?
It's complicated. So we're always looking to improve latency in the game. There are some issues with just kind of the stack that we use. We have a lot of reliable and unreliable communications, and there's a bit of a runaway effect where the longer a session goes on for, the more things kind of queue up, and it gets especially bad the greater the latency of different peers is. So it's a difficult problem to fix. Upgrading our the packages and stuff that we use would probably improve it, but yeah, it's difficult to fix and improve. But like we've already made a lot of compromises and written a lot of code in a certain way to try to reduce it as much as possible. But yeah, with Sonic we always kind of work on, but yeah, hopefully in the future it improves.
Okay, so you're not giving us a promise here, but you're saying that hopefully it will improve.
Yeah, I won't guarantee that like we're not gonna have any latency issues.
No, because
where
that's
things kind of
impossible, right?
accumulate. Yeah, it's just for like the size of the team and and like everyone's ability to like commit time to the project. And issues like that, it's not like one particular issue. It's always like widespread, and we have multiplayer code throughout the whole game, and it's going to be a combination of like all those things stacking up. So really nothing less than kind of just sifting through all of our multiplayer code and improving it where we can. We'll improve that. So it's just a big undertaking.
Okay. I mean, so far so good, because everyone can agree right now that I don't know if we're gonna get in on that as well. I don't know if you watch competitive play or any type of play in this game, or if you even play the game yourself. Like we heard that Roark has spent so much time developing on the game that he didn't even like playing it at the beginning, and then he slowly got started on it. But we can all agree that ping is a huge issue in this game, where you move so fast, and it's literally in the nick of half a second where something can happen, right?
Yeah, I don't know how technical you want me to go into it, because I can go pretty technical, but just for the sake of the stream, I probably won't. Like, it's a good point, because this is a really fast-paced game, and it's peer-to-peer. We don't have any like real dedicated servers, so it was like just getting the game to a point where we could like publish it and make it available to everyone, and everyone could play from different continents with kind of highish ping, like 100 to 150 milliseconds, and things didn't really fall apart, and things actually looked kind of good. Was like kind of an achievement for us, because it was really difficult. Like we had to fix a lot of problems and like come up with a lot of solutions to like just make sure that like the kills and stuff were registered in a way that felt good for the attacker and the victim, and everything from like the guns to throwing spears and melee attacks all have like all these systems to make sure that everything's fair, and like considering latency and everything.
Yeah, because as you said, it's a really fast-paced games, and you know, with the high ping, it loses its touch with, not reality, because it's a really good game, not gonna lie, for a fan game, but it loses kind of touch with the player. I see a lot of people in games sometimes that goes like, damn, that didn't hit me, and then they just leave, you know, they get frustrated. But
people do that in Call of Duty as well.
Yeah, that's true. I shot first. No, you didn't. But you know, like it sounds like it's actually possible to do something about. Am I wrong here?
Yeah, like we can improve it. There are ways we can improve it. I think we've done a pretty good job as far as things go, just for the resources we have and the time we had. I was very happy, and I think Roark was too, with the state of the game and its just general performance. Like when we play it, I mean, with the hindsight of actually developing it and knowing what we had to do to get it to that point, you know, we never, I don't think any of the devs really feel like they get any cheap kills or anything. We're just like, okay, yeah, that's probably pretty fair. Because it's really difficult to, like, because everyone's not really seeing the exact same, like, game state. There's latency both ways from receivers and the host, and everything kind of needs to be considered with that in mind. Like, sometimes it might appear like you got killed like around a corner or something, but it's generally because we kind of favor the attacker in those situations, because that feels tighter and makes for a better experience than doing it the other way around. And that's pretty typical for all multiplayer games.
Okay, so I know we have some technical geeks within this community, and I know that a lot of people want to help where they can. But I'm not gonna sit here and use a lot of time today. As we talked about, we want to try to keep it under 3 hours this time, because the last hour is really long for an interview. But Liam, I know that a lot of people actually want and has been speaking about wanting to learn to know what is going on. So at the end of the stream, when the questions are done, we can. Do you think you could go deeper into the technical stuff?
Yep. At the end of the stream, like once we get like all the content we really want to focus on out of the way, I'm happy to answer or discuss any of like the game's design or systems in a lot of detail.
That sounds great. And Coop, you're not getting away here, because we also have some rig questions.
Okay.
But that would be so cool. Because I know people really want to know what's going on, and that is me included. I know nothing about net coding, but I really I think I can like figure out some of it. You know, learn a bit of it, a thing or two. Okay, so next thing. This is for both of you. Have you seen the ranked competitive scene?
Yes, I've watched a few VODs on Twitch. I don't really watch them live though.
Okay. What about you, Cube?
I participated in the first competition that we hosted here in this server.
Okay.
That's about my extent.
Okay. What about have you seen the new implementation of rank on the official competitive server?
I have not. Rock has been telling me to join it, and I've just kind of been lazy.
Okay. What about you, Liam?
Yeah, I'm in it, but I haven't really been participating in the actual ladder or the teams.
Yeah. Okay.
Although I have seen a bunch of discussion and stuff.
Yeah. It's like a special place. It's where the sweats of the sweats meet up, and then we just play and have fun. But for both of you, what is your general expression of the competitive scene as it is right now? Like, how do you feel about it? What do you think about it? Do you like? Are you happy with how it turned out? Like, or are you furious and sitting here like, bro, this was never meant to be competitive. Why are they doing it? Are they stupid?
I'd actually say we did keep in mind that it might go competitive, so that the game wasn't necessarily designed without it in mind. But there's some stuff people do is pretty wild. Like what is it called? Like that reload glitch.
Oh yeah, the
like,
roll reload. Yeah.
Frame reloads. Just skip the thing. That's fucking. Am I allowed to swear here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that by
Yeah,
accident a lot. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty intense and definitely not intended, and was missed in QA because I guess QA is not as, for lack of a better word, sweaty as the sweats.
I mean, you can swear. There are only 3 banned words so far as I know. But
I probably won't say them.
I probably think you won't say them as well, so it's fine.
I'm sure we. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like it seems that all the bugs are always related to jumping.
Yeah, exactly.
Before the game
mobility.
came out.
Yeah,
Before the game came out, we had a bunny hopping bug that was actually really cool. It was basically like the source bunny hopping bug. It was crazy.
I kind of loved it though. Like
it was really fun.
Like
But it
timing
was
your
so
jumps
unfair.
perfectly and getting insane speed was awesome.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's basically like Counter-Strike Source bunny hopping, where you just start off slow and then you just get scooted away.
Yeah.
You
cool.
can just like jump as soon as you like. Was it after you rolled, Cube? And then you could like
there
just
were
keep
a few
it going.
versions of bunny hopping. I remember it got removed as many times as Hero
Yeah,
in
well,
Minecraft.
we didn't want it. It kept causing issues because yeah, it was great, but it was not good for the game.
But I mean, that's the thing about
like,
testing. You see these kind of weird ass things happening, and you're like, yeah, I hope that don't make it into the game, right? And then shit like roll reloading, and have you seen Blum dancing?
Excuse me?
Yeah, you
No.
probably haven't. So basically, there's also with jumping and stuff like that. Now they're talking about it. There is a bug in the game right now that is called Brome dancing, which is basically banned from all competitive play because you can actually gain insane amounts of speed and acceleration without using gas at all by just using the cable reeling system and cabling. Like,
Of
it
course
is
there is.
insane.
Oh, that's
Yeah. No,
let's hope
that's
gets
Roarks'
patched.
fault. That's not my fault.
So
Yeah.
let's say, so to give you a good perspective, if you do it like picture perfect, this broom dancing, and you grab the most efficient corner of buildings with your hooks, you could probably go from one end of city to the other without using gas. Have that in mind, without using the reeling or the gas mechanic or the burst mechanic within like seconds.
Yeah, that's pretty broken.
Yeah, that's super broken, and also why it is banned right now for competitive play. But Liam, you didn't answer. What is your expression of the competitive scene right now and the competitive play?
So Roark and I don't think either of us were like doing a Blizzard and trying to make an esport out of the game, just like out of the gate. So the main priority of the dev team was just to make a fun game, just a fun PvP game. And then if we can make it into an esport or support it and the community can run it, that'd be awesome. So just literally anything is really impressive to me. Because I think like the competitive community is really keeping the game like healthy and populated. Because like I have access to our game analytics. In fact, I'm the one who set them up actually.
Oh.
So like every day we have take a look. I can look at our concurrent users right now. Yeah, so like some days we'll have like 200 to 300 players, and that is like 4 times more players than I was expecting every day than at this point, this long after release.
Dude,
So it's been really impressive. I wasn't expecting the flop. I was expecting like 40 to 60 people a day maybe, but like 300 people like concurrent, 300 unique players concurrently every day is really was really shocking to me. And like on launch day, we got way higher numbers than I was expecting.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, like, to be fair, we also like talked about this last time. The game mechanic, like, we don't give. Okay, we give a shit about how the game looks, but in total, the environment feels like home. It's something we've seen before. The characters. Big applaud to you, Coop and Yuli. Like, the characters feel really good, except Reiner, of course.
Damn.
Yeah, damn.
No. Roarks has told me.
Yeah, everyone hates Reiner. He looks a bit weird, but the characters feel alive. They feel real. The game mechanic, all of it, it just suits you, right? It feels so good. It's an intense gameplay. You actually feel like invested into it. So I think the competitive scene kind of made sense, and honestly I really hope that, like, for everyone in this community, I really hope the game blows up like big sometime. I hope Node makes a video, or someone bigger than me who can get attention to the game, that is like someone famous needs to make a video on this game to actually bring in people. Because I really feel like the community is also already so integrated into the system and into like all of it that it's just like it's this amazing game, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you
we
might,
put a lot of effort into it.
yeah, I mean, you might have a different view on it with the 4 years of playing it, but I mean, we love it.
Yeah, and I hope that's like the impression that like everyone gets, because we put a lot of effort in the game to make sure that it was really fun. And that was like the main compromise. And for a long time, the game wasn't that fun in multiplayer.
Oh.
It took like 2 solid years before like we were like sitting down doing tests together with the staff, and we said, hey, this is actually really fun. We're actually like enjoying our time on this, and we would just like play for hours just because we were enjoying our time.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of when we knew we were like, actually it was worth putting our time into it.
I mean, that's also what I keep saying to people. People come to my stream, they ask me, Tropic, why are you wasting your time on this game? I tell them directly, I fucking enjoy this game, my man. Like, this is not like, and then they go, there's no progression, there's no rank, there's no, like, no, shut up. Listen here, bro. I am from a time where you went out into GameStop, you bought a game, you went home, you plugged it in, you played it, and you had fun. There was no like a campaign. Yeah, it has progression through the campaign, but there was no progression. There was no nothing. You almost already had everything unlocked. If you had to unlock something, you had to unlock through playing. Like, this is a throwback to the good old times where you sit down, you play a game, you have fun. It's not about getting like being the best. Like, yeah, go for it if you want to go for it, but it's actually like play the game because you have fun. You feel like you're not wasting time. You're actually using time because you're having fun playing the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so nice. Like, Coop, do you also enjoy playing the game?
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah.
I think I play it more than half the dev team, honestly.
That's
But I'm
what I
not
mean
very
as
good
well.
at it.
Like it's just a good game. Nobody can take it away from you. You made a good-looking game. Like the maps could use a touch-up, yeah, whatever. It still gets the idea out. It gets the point out, and the characters are phenomenal. Like they're so good. They're so great. They're so good. Like I love them. Sure, add some more, add some skins. No, we'll get them to that. But yeah, okay. So I have a thing now, Cube. You're gonna hate me.
Oh boy.
Rig, the character rig. We have heard
No.
so much about this, and we hate it every time you bring it up. Redo or fix, or what do you want to do with it? Because we are at some point we are going to come up to your door. We're gonna demand a new character. We're gonna demand skins. We're gonna demand something when this game blows up. Bring it. What do you want to do with the rig?
Quite frankly, if we had the resources and time, I'd do it all from the ground up. The characters are built on duct tape that went broken like 5 years ago.
Oh.
When I made that rig, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. It's just awful.
Oh no. That is
Yeah.
not good. So if you're telling me if you had the resources, you would actually do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that is.
Without hesitation.
And with a so I'm just gonna be real quick with one here. If you fix the rig, what would we get out of it? Give me the short run of it. Like just give it.
That depends on how far fixing or like redoing goes, but realistically, you'll just get better. Like you know how the character deforms when they move.
Yeah.
You'd get better deformation around complicated joints like shoulders and hips. I'm not sure if you guys ever took a close look, but those
Yeah, I've seen
They
it.
look pretty
When you aim and you cable around with APG, bro, them arms and shoulders be breaking all over the place.
the shoulder bone kind of pulls half the chest with it, so it's not it's not exactly ideal. But as a slight side effect, animation improvement too. Because of how the rig is made, I can't really move the character in ways you can move in real life without it like destroying the character.
Yeah.
So a lot of animations are actively worse because they look better than making the animation look better.
Is this also why when the characters blink or like do anything with their face, it fucks like their entire face up?
Blinking, this is a different thing. So blinking was added on a whim. This was not planned for, so all of the first batch of characters were not made with blinking in mind, so what I had to do was I had to drag down their forehead to imitate blinking.
No.
I refined it much more later, but it's still basically just grabbing like the very bottom of their forehead and just dragging it down.
Oh my god, it sounds like a 5-head moment, but it's so funny, not gonna lie.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but on some of the newer characters, the blinking is like the models are made with blinking in mind, so
Yeah.
it does look a bit better.
Yeah, we did talk about it sometimes. Like some players and I, like we went through all of them and ranked the different player models, and I can tell you that is where we all decided that Reiner is the worst. But
Damn.
some of the blinking fucks up, and some of it looks really good. Like you have Lana Hugh, and you have Levi. Those were like in the top favorites of like, okay, these characters are actually really well made.
Hell yeah, that's good.
But yeah, so we get better animations, we get a better rig like with more utility. Do we get anything else? Like, does it only open up for these opportunities?
Again, that depends on how crazy of a scope it would go if we were to redo it.
Let's say full on. Let's say full on. You redo
Like
the
if we went
entire
like
thing.
complete batshit crazy redo, then I would like to an extent you could argue like cloaks could be added, blades would bend when you attack and stuff, like lots of little extra things like that.
Okay. So we heard it here first. Cloaks is happening. No.
No.
I'm not gonna throw you under the bus, don't worry. It's just everybody wants those damn capes. Even I want them.
I mean, I want them too.
Yeah, they would look so good, man. So you're saying blade bend? Like, would this also open up for like opportunities for actually like I'm just thinking big here, but customizable blades or something like that?
I mean, I think that's technically possible as it is now. It would just need to be implemented.
Okay.
And then we'd
Nice.
need to create like 1 billion blade models.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. I mean, the blades work as they are right now. I wouldn't change them at all. But community loves customization. It's almost like a must-have in every game nowadays. So that is why like I'm just asking into it, because I literally any day, anytime I would prefer the normal blades over anything. Like that is just how it is, because that's just it's just sticks. It's like huge razor blades, right? It looks so cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, now we got the toughy out of the way, the rig. I'm gonna ask you, Cube, one more thing. What is the skin you are most and least proud of? Or character, I might say, not skin. Sorry for the use of skin, but yeah, that is how I see it.
Most proud of?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a... Oh, I don't know if that word is banned.
Oh.
I'm gonna do a tease here.
Oh
and say
no.
Owen.
Oh no, it's the newest
Owen
one.
is by far the best character I've made.
Oh no.
By far.
So Erwin
He
is the
looks
one
great.
you're most
Blinking
proud
is
of.
on point. I'm very excited for you guys.
It
to
is
see.
really good.
Blinking mechanic.
Well, they don't blink. That's what
Oh.
you need.
So
But yeah,
yeah, that's the one you're like most proud of.
Yeah, I spent the most time on him as well. Like, I really wanted him to come out great.
Can I ask, is he done?
He is, yeah.
Oh, so sneak peek Friday?
So that's the thing, right? Is we want to sneak peek him when I can see the fucking chat's going crazy.
What have you done?
He's not, unless something happens, he's not being sneak peeked today, unfortunately. We want to sneak peek him when the whole thing's complete, right? So like my end of it's done, like the character's modeled, the LEDs are done, the textures are there, he's rigged up, he's ready to go. But we also want to get the portrait ready, so we can show off the portrait at the same time.
Yeah, that's true, the portrait. Okay, yeah, I understand, like totally. So Vip, get moving, boy. We want it now.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it might happen today. I did pop him a message earlier and asked like how far along he is, and he said he might get it done today. So who knows? Maybe the sneak peek Friday will happen.
Oh.
But don't expect it necessarily.
No. of
Yeah,
course.
probably next Friday,
Oh.
most likely.
Liam confirmed
But
next
yes.
Friday?
Soon. I'm not confirming
No, I
anything.
know.
I'm
It's
saying
just
more likely.
it's just a bad joke with amongst the community, because we're always like we want
just lock
we
us
want
down.
yeah, we
Tropic
want
playing
so
out
much
of his
from
mind.
you guys, and we know we're pestering you when we think about it's a fan game, but you have no fucking clue what is going on in those chats around the different servers. Everyone is always like, we want this, we want that, we want this, we want that. As we talked about last time, we treat this like a AAA game. We treat you like proper developers. Like we treat
Oh,
you
God.
like a whole company, and that is wrong of us. But it's just when you love something like this game so much as we do, you want more,
Yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, we are technically developers.
Yeah.
And we all do enjoy working on the game. That's why we do it. A lot of us have like commitments outside of Attack on Titan, unfortunately, so we can't spend all of our time working on the game, even though I'm sure some of us would like to.
If I could
But
make
yeah.
a living wage off of this game, I would work on it all the time.
Yeah, and yeah, so would I, honestly. Like, if like we had a Patreon which was making enough money to even pay me like a part-time salary, like I'd work on the game too.
Okay, Roarks, set it up. Patreon incoming. OnlyFans with
Well-
sneak peeks. We're gonna have it,
Well,
guys.
that's a great idea.
That is actually
Maybe
a
on
great
Patreon,
idea.
but
Sexual content is banned, so no Erwin in there. I'm so sorry.
that's the backup plan
Yeah.
if all else fails.
OnlyFans. That sounds so great. So okay, Liam, I'm gonna give you the same question in a second, but Coop, the character you're least proud of.
Oh, yeah. That's a tough one. Honestly, it's a mix-up between Raina and Connie.
What? Connie? No way!
His eyes are a bit off. They kind of freak me out.
Yeah, it's actually true.
Raina's face is a bit funny, but Connie's eyes, and they're pretty big, look off. And I mean, honestly, it'd be easy to fix.
Honestly, I feel like Connie is pretty decent. I actually think that Connie is like top 3 of characters. Like, I actually like him so much.
And apparently, so does the chat. Well,
yeah, I think
so touch Connie.
I think most people agree that Reiner has like this weird glow with his skin and his hair, and his face. He doesn't look lively. Like, he doesn't look like a person. And Armin is just like he sticks to the idea of being Armin, but it feels weird to look at him. You know, there's something off. Like, those two characters are like, especially those two characters are a bit special.
Armin has always been cursed.
Yeah, most definitely.
Maybe, I don't know. Like, I would feel bad remaking it because that was one of Yuli's models, and I wouldn't want to be like, no, this isn't good enough.
Yeah, I think maybe it's the hair, actually. Maybe the hair is too big. It looks like a wig, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably a mix of the face and the hair.
Yeah.
It's a combination. It's just like uncanny. It's a couple things which add up.
Okay, Liam, what is your favorite character in the game? What is your favorite skin?
So I mean, graphically, I think Lana's probably the best.
Lana?
But the one I'm just saying graphically, but my actual favorite to play as is Jean.
Oh, Jean!
How dare you?
Oh!
You've betrayed me.
I like him a lot.
We have some Jean enjoyers in
Not
here.
a gang rise
I
up.
know, I know. It's very very unconventional. But I don't know, I really like him. I think he's I just like playing him.
Yeah.
I think he looks good. I really like his hair in game.
Oh yeah, true.
More so than a lot of other characters.
That's actually true. His hair is really well done. Like,
I think he has the best one in the game, actually.
He's well made.
Damn. Way to throw me under the bus, huh? Oh my
I
God,
know. I'm so sorry.
You can take your forehead blinking ass motherfuckers and get out of here. No. I love how we just never notice that it's the forehead. It's still kind of weird, bro. It bugs me.
It's because it's so
way.
fast. It's like realistically 2 frames, and you're seeing 60 a second. You're not gonna really see why how they're blinking. You just know they're blinking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah.
And the least favorite.
Yeah.
I don't like
least
Annie.
favorite.
I think she looks weird. I think we kind of scuffed that one up a little bit.
Annie. I actually
The
like
face
the hoodie
looks-
and sort of.
Yeah, I just feel like kind of messed up the face a little bit. I think
I
it just
agree.
looks a bit weird.
I think Yuli's later models started to look a bit weird because he's changed style so much from when he made the first batch that by the time he came back to do some more, he couldn't replicate his old style anymore.
Oh.
And it shows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I see an Annie in game, I instantly regret going into the game. Because
What?
no, not because it looks bad, but because there is something about Annie that just strikes fear into my very soul. Every time I see an Annie player, I'm thinking, yeah, this is it, I'm dead now. I'm gonna pray to God that this Annie does not see me and I can sneak up on her, because I don't know, it's just something. Like, I don't know what it is about Annie. She just looks so cold, you know, like she's like a deadly killer, and the hoodie and like the hair, you just know when you're about to get, fucked up, to say the least.
We might have accidentally made her like uncanny and scary,
Yeah.
just unintentionally.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, man. Okay, now Liam, we're soon getting into some stuff that you and I have talked a bit about. But first, Cube. Animations.
Yeah.
Are there any animations that you feel proud of, that you feel disgraced of, or are there any animations that you want to add into the game right now as of is? You know, like, do you want to add the Levi spin? Do you want to, like, feel free to answer anything, like any animation you could get into the game. Bring it.
Let's start with the ones I don't like.
Okay.
I'm gonna say about 90% of them.
Okay, scrap the game. We're out. Close down the stream. It's over.
Like I made like most of these when I was still like getting the hang of it all, so they don't look very good, but there's just so many that it's incredibly unrealistic and unreasonable to go through and make them better.
Okay.
And at one point I did try to, and I vanished from the project for a significant amount of time because it burned me out.
Yeah, that's what
so
happens.
many.
Like, it's just what happens. You gotta respect it as well. You have a full-time job. It's just a hobby by the side. Whether we like it. Yeah, exactly. Like, shit happens like that.
One I'm proud of. That's a tough one.
I'm gonna give you one here that that I actually think I'm really proud of you all. Like, I don't know if you made it, but I actually love the attacking. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love the attacking. I love
the animation.
I like the fact that, okay, so I'm not looking at it the entire time, but from my peripheral view, I see my man spinning around. I see Levi doing these spins and attacks, and he looks so insane when he does it. I like that.
I gotta tell Roarks something now.
Why?
Like, you and I see in the chat here, people like the spins.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, they're removing spins! No,
so the attack animation looks different now.
No!
Maybe you will have to make another spin instead.
Oh no! Oh no!
the way, I don't think this has been sneak peeked, and Roark will probably slap me for saying anything, but ODM attack has changed a bit, of course, like all the weapons have, and the animation was changed to match it better.
Oh shit! I mean, it makes sense if it matches it better, but I just know that was one of the animations I was like, okay, that's actually pretty cool. But I mean,
the first one I made is really bad.
I mean, if Roark is gonna slap you for that one, I'm gonna take the blame for it because I dragged you in here. I am the one putting out the answer, putting out the questions here. Okay, so don't worry, I'm gonna take it with Roark. But
yeah, I think I might have to tell Roark we gotta keep the spin. The chat does not like that news.
I'm gonna be honest. The very first thing everybody is asking when they join the game is, how do I spin? How do I do Levi spin? I saw my character did a spin when I cabled around. How do I do it? Like, oh yeah, that's another one. The backflip animations and stuff like that. When you hit like a sweet spot, like you come in real quick and you hit this sweet spot and do a backflip or a side spin. That looks good as well. I like that as well.
Yeah, to go to the last point of the animations I'd like to add, we call those like acrobatics, obviously, and I would like to add more.
Oh,
but,
yes.
They're the more like so the current two in the game cover like 90% of the time you would move, so the next ones would have to be a lot more specific, which means the animations get more involved, so it's a lot harder to make for them, and then also code for them, because they would need more specific conditions to happen.
I mean, could you randomize it? You know, right now we have this, so I figured out that when you hook above you and you reel in and you let go at a specific time, you do a backflip, for sure, yeah? And if you do it the same thing around corners, you do side spins, like all of that. Couldn't you just randomize it?
Wait, technically you could randomize it, but then you run into issues, right? Where you go into a position where you would normally twirl, then you backflip.
Oh
that
yeah,
but
weird.
It doesn't suit it.
Maybe you could.
Yeah, I think it means like random twirling animations.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Random twirling animations.
How many twirls can really look unique?
Exactly.
Like maybe make a second one that stands out, but by the third it's gonna look very samey, and then the fourth, like there's massive diminishing returns on repeating the animation.
Yeah, that's true actually. That's true. I like it nonetheless. When you do that stuff, it looks really good, the acrobatics, and as you said as well, like adding some more would be really cool. I think that as well. I think most of, like, that is where you really feel free, you know, when you get these really nice animations and you swing around and do all kinds of neat stuff. That is like a real like good thing about this game as well. Like that is something I really love about the animations, that you just feel like you're in this universe and the character is acting accordingly to your mechanics, right?
Yeah, it always feels pretty good. Oh, I want to change my answer for the animation I dislike the most.
Okay.
The waving emote.
Oh,
It looks so.
no.
Oh, I'm not changing it. It has to stay now.
Yeah, we're never gonna change that.
Some stuff is going to have to stay, and I think we're gonna have some spinning have to stay as well.
Yeah, I
But
think so.
but I mean, I was actually talking about this. So, you know how people said like they wanted Levi spin and stuff like that. I noticed that when you press F, like, or when you poise your weapons, because it's not F for everyone, but when you poise your weapons, your character goes into this animation style where you either put your swords to the right of your head or to the left of your head, right? What about so this also turns your character diagonally with your attacking when you attack. So if it goes left to the head, you attack diagonally with a spin to the left, like you know, tilted to the left, and the same vice versa with right side. Wouldn't it be a thing to add like different attack animations? So, you know, having one somewhere you spin, somewhere you don't do nothing at all, somewhere you do a Levi spin. You don't have to match up the hitbox with it. Just like make a general hitbox for every one of them.
That would be possible. I don't know if we will do it.
No, it's just a suggestion. Like, because I know that some people want the Levi spin. So I was just asking from my perspective, would it work, or would it just break down entirely? Because we have some very specific attack animations and some very specific attack, you know, frames and stuff like that.
It would work. There would be no issues in terms of implementing it. It's just if we will.
Yeah, it also has to look good, you know, like as you said with oh, it burns my heart to say it, but with the new ODM attack thing, Roark has leaked a bit about it. Like, he said it looks really good now and it really feels smooth. But you know, if it doesn't look good with a spin, then don't do it, right? Because it's gonna look weird. We have enough weird stuff in the game already with the roof hopping and the bloom dancing and stuff like that. It's fun to use and all of that, but the core stuff like attacking, they should work and feel, you know, good to do.
It's worth noting that the old spin didn't look good on it. I'm sure I can make one that looks good on this one.
That sounds great.
So, who knows, maybe I can propose to Roark, hey, let's just have some extra animations for attack.
Yeah. Okay.
Except Levi spin. It's not happening.
It's not happening. All right.
At this point, it's funner to not have it than it is to have it.
Yeah. Okay, Liam.
Yes.
We have some questions regarding our self-exploding thunder spears and our disappearing swords.
Yes.
Do you have an answer? Because I have thrown so many blades that just dissolved into nothingness, and my character just doing this weird ass like flop, and nothing happened. Tell me about it, bro.
Yeah, it's just a bug. It was something that never occurred in testing really. It was something that only really popped up a while after like lots of people started playing. Even though it's pretty frequent. It's just something that kind of slipped through. It's just going to be a networking mistake. Something isn't happening in the right order, or the authentication code is like stopping it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be something. It's something we need to look into and fix. But yeah, it's just one of the like several multiplayer issues that have popped up.
Yeah. Problems pop up now and then after release, and we also find new stuff that is like ruined as well or broken, like the roll reload and stuff like that. I noticed that it happens a lot more the further away from the host you get. So if you have like a low ping, it doesn't happen as frequent as if you're like 300 ping. So for like I've always been saying to myself, oh, it's the packet loss, right? Because like something like that, you know, there was a misinformation of data, or some stuff didn't reach the peer or the host. Like, is it basically just that happening, or is it something entirely different?
That can cause issues, but important parts of our game, like firing, are sent securely. So we make sure that the hosts get those messages, and the hosts and peers get those messages all the time. They're not unreliable like some of the other stuff is. So the host does get the packet eventually, even if it fails several times. But the higher latency and the higher the packet loss, the more prone you are to just weird scheduling issues, or just like the game states messing up. So like your client might request something which is very like weird to the server, just because you're a bit out of state from the host's game, and that's kind of when issues like that pop up, where you'll request something like for swords to spawn, but it just breaks.
Okay. Yeah, because it also kind of, like, in my head, it kind of makes sense, you know, because as you say, the host gets all of the information, like, all the time, let's say that. But since we talked with Roark and those guys about, like, Thunder Spears and, what is it, sword throwing is client-sided, if I'm not wrong? Or is it host-sided?
It's all that stuff is host.
Oh, that's host, yeah. Yeah, so that's host-sided, right?
Basically.
And
Yeah.
if from your side you don't see the thunder, like if you miss out some data, but the host receives that you already shot the thunder spear on your screen, the thunder spear is still like right in front of you because you get this bug or this packet loss, and then on the host side, well, now it's time for thunder spear to blow up, then it blows up inside of him. Is it something like that, maybe, even?
Yeah, that can happen. So like it creates like a new network identity for the like thunder spears, bullets, and thrown blades. And sometimes like your game state will just be out of sync, and you'll be behind, waiting for like to catch up. So like you'll request to like spawn a thunder spear, and the server will do that, create it, and send it away. And like you won't see it for some time, or it can just break completely. Especially, yeah. So yeah, weird stuff happens when you have high latency like that, and it's very hard to like identify those multiplayer issues too.
Yeah.
Just because they're pretty uncommon.
Yeah, it takes some time for those things to surface up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you and I have talked about. I mean, Cube did this as well. Like, we all talked about, like, Thunder Spears, the very first version of Thunder Spears.
Yeah.
What happened there? Like, what was the idea of it? Because with your what they say with your acceptance, can I show the video of the very first initiative of Thunder Spearing?
Yeah, of course. You can show all the videos that I shared. It'd be really cool to show, like, I think it'd be kind of cool to show, like, our development process and the kind of phases the game went through, and like what we did.
Okay, so everyone lean back and relax, because with Liam talking about the very first iteration of Thunder Spears, I'm gonna show you how it looked like. Also a bit of the first main menu as well.
Yeah.
Okay, you can talk.
Back when Alec Forrest was a thing.
Yeah. So you can talk about the very first Thunder Spear. What was the thoughts behind this?
I can't remember whose idea it was. I don't remember if I did it. I implemented this. I can't remember if I thought of it though. So at this time we only had swords and guns. We were like working on Thunder Spears, and I was like prototyping how it would actually kind of work in game, with the multiplayer system and stuff. So with all like the gun, like there's no particle effects or anything. It just used the APG like game, and then I just switched it out with the Thunder Spears. So like this is kind of how they worked in the beginning. So they used like the gun sound effects and everything, but the kind of like the core of the gameplay was kind of there. Like you have to fully charge up your left to right attack, and then you'll fire that side thunder spear, and then like they at this time like it accelerated on like a curve, so it came out of it slowly, and then after a moment it would ramp up, and then it would just take off. But yeah,
Okay.
so that's kind of like our process when it comes to like implementing stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, it looks so great, and the sounds as well. They're so funny, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's really weird.
It also looks like the grappling was a bit slower in that video actually.
Yes, yeah, it was.
All right, we're gonna have it running one more time. So that was so basically what you're saying is that the Thunder Spears in general were just APGs turned into like a slower moving APG and with like gradually like speeding up acceleration.
So it was just the APG gear, basically, and it was just at that time the APG gear was just really slow. I think just for balance reasons.
Oh, okay.
Until we found a sweet spot for it. But yeah, that's just kind of like the process is like when we're like iterating on something and making decisions on what might work, we just like reuse all the assets that are already in the game, and then including the sound effects and stuff, and we just like prove that this can kind of work in like the multiplayer game.
And I think a lot of people will already thank you now for the Thunder Spears because it's something that a lot of people are using and that a lot of people adore as a weapon. So I mean, great thinking.
It was kind of like Thunder Spears were really not a part of the original like plan, and neither were really APG for that matter. APG and Thunder Spears were just an extra thing that we threw in because like we could do it, and in like the time frame we had, and we thought it might add a bit to the game even if we couldn't flesh it out properly like the swords.
Yeah.
So they were just like an extra thing that we just kind of threw on top.
Okay. But I mean,
yeah, it's worth noting, sorry to interrupt you,
yeah, no
that
problem.
A little trivia that I don't know how many people know is the game spent the vast majority of its development cycle being sword versus sword, and that was what the game was going to be.
Yeah,
And then,
APG and spears are very new.
Yeah.
Okay.
We managed to find the resources to make them, and then turns out that was a very good idea.
So that's also why they're broken. Yeah. Maybe?
Yeah, it's probably why they're kind of prone to the most issues.
Probably.
I mean, we can agree to some extent that they're not. I mean, we had to let go of the 5 APG meta due to it being a bit wonky, like balancing wise.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
APG got way too strong.
Yeah.
in testing. We basically from the time we added APG to the game to release, they just were nerfed over and over and over. We nerfed them every time we updated the test build.
Oh.
We never once buffed them, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay. That's fine. Okay. So, we're gonna backtrack a little, Cube, on your thing here. Can you just give us some idea? I think Liam, you can take it after, like if you wanted. So, Cube, if you could add any character in the game right now, within the universe, outside the universe, what would it be? Go. Even characters, like if you could add multiple characters.
So that's the thing, I really got my wish.
Okay.
You guys just haven't seen him yet.
So that was the
Stop
only one you
teasing them.
wanted.
I will not stop teasing them. Oh, wait, he's amazing.
So
You're using your developer privileges.
I made it. I have some privilege, I hope.
So you I mean we kind of know what it is, right? I mean, yeah.
Owen? Yeah.
Owen, yeah. So that was basically all, like the only one you really wanted.
I really wanted to add Owen.
Okay.
And then finally came time to do it.
Okay. I mean, great.
Yeah.
And nothing more. You don't want any other character.
I wanted Bertold Reiner because we had Annie. They're already in the game, for better or worse. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have an extensive list of characters I personally want.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fine if you only want one. Like, it's the same with me. I know I'm still supporting that some people want Kenny and some other characters, but honestly, like, I've always been on the Hitch train kind of guy, and Petra game.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be attacked. Who's Hitch?
Oh no, you don't.
I swear, if this is a character me and Rourke have argued over before, I'm gonna scream. Because, like, Rourke will say character names, and I'll be like, who is that? And he'll be like, I've told you 20 times. I'm like, no, I don't believe you.
It's basically a girl from the military police that is together with is it Marlo? I think it's Marlo. She's together with, like, not together, but she's in squad with him, and they're just like following. You're just following these. Yeah, it's fine.
I have another question.
Yeah, what's up?
Who's Marlo?
Yeah, I thought but as soon as I said Marlo, I was like, bro, why did I say that? You probably don't even know who he is.
Do you even watch the show?
Dude, I've followed this series hardcore since the original airing of the anime. But the thing is, some of these characters exist for like 30 seconds and then die. I will not remember their names.
Oh my god. It's fine, it's fine. I think we should put a lid on that one and say, Liam, any character, anytime. Who are you getting?
I think.
Remember, you can also say yourself if you. That is a character as well.
Yeah, right.
Myself.
Yeah.
I look a cube
so
character.
useless.
A cube head character. Oh, I think we saw something about that at some point, actually.
It's a meme,
Yeah.
but I will make it real.
Honestly, probably. I think the only like real main character left is Historia. So I'm gonna say her.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
damn,
her
that's spicy.
or Ymir, I guess. Yeah, either Historia or Ymir.
Okay. So we're staying within the AOT franchise kind of thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't add anyone outside of it.
Okay.
That'd be a bit weird.
I have the feel that it would be weird to see Goku or Gojo or Ken Kaneki grapple around. But I mean, I ask you any character, you had the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
stand by it.
Nice, man. I also said mine already, which Cube didn't know. But Hitch or Petra, most definitely one of those. They are on up there. I probably wouldn't swap Levi out for them. But they are up there. I want them in the game.
Yeah, I went Petra in the game too.
Oh, Petra gang. Okay. Yeah. Then that finishes this little question. Liam.
Mhm.
Wall running.
Here we go.
There has been a lot of talking. Yeah.
Is this even like well known outside of the developers?
I don't
Definitely
think.
not.
I don't think.
Do
it
other
is.
people even know about it?
I don't think other knows about it, and I'm gonna bring up the video you sent me with the tests of it. So basically, tell the story back in the days. Like, tell us the story about wall running, why it was there, why it is not here, and what is going to happen with it. And do you have any other ideas of? I want to call this acrobatics as well, just not animations, but acrobatics. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's complicated. It's long. It's a long story, and it's definitely the thing
show
I'm
the
most
clip.
memed on about. So this was like back when the game was still pretty ugly, and like the wall running I had didn't have any friction because it was back when the game was really fast, and I just wanted to absolutely just blast through maps by wall running. But so basically, like, we had really good, like 6 degree of freedom air movement. The ground locomotion was fine, but I wanted to make it so that you'd have like that you could also use like surfaces and buildings, like as a part of like your suite of movement abilities. Yeah, so like in that video, like you can like run up walls and stuff if you approach them with a with the right angle.
Yeah.
So like you could like really quickly get around, jump off buildings, and get up and above them really quickly. But yeah, so like I did that so long ago. It didn't get added. It was just like it needed a whole bunch of animations, which is fine. But yeah, it just needed a lot of work to like really be put in the game. So it just didn't really happen, and it just wasn't. We weren't really sure if like the effort in implementing them would really pay off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always been like a long desired feature of mine to like put it in properly.
I
To
think
like actually use walls and stuff as a part of combat, like like wall running, aiming your APG while you're running, and then like in this version you could press Q and E to like go up and down the walls. And then I also had it so that if you you would lose speed and you would start to fall down, or you could use your gas to continue like to keep your speed. So at the cost of stress. Oh yeah,
Oh
we also
my
had
God.
the old gas mechanics back then. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
that was
when we had like a
special.
gas mini game.
Oh, should I show that as well?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can show that. You can go over that real quick if you want.
It's not much. It was just like a mini game we had when you would like refuel your gas. So like you had to manage like how quickly your tanks filled up. But if you would like fill them up too quickly, you could like overstress the thing and you'd be punished. Like you wouldn't have you'd have to wait before you could like refill your gas. So like if you weren't paying attention or you were under a lot of pressure, you could like mess up recharging your gas canisters, and then someone could just swoop in and kill you. But that did not stick around.
That sounds like a lot of fun, but also very disturbing. I actually
that was never gonna last.
No, exactly. I actually now that you're saying like the thing with wall running, I actually one time I did a thing where I was more than sure that I wall run, and I just didn't. It was just basically, you know, me doing a weird movement. I will try to find it really quick. I think it is this one. It's on one of my montages where I do something very specific. I have it here if you're gonna watch on stream as well.
Yeah, sure.
So this is from my montage called Akuma, which is one of the very earlier montages, like one of the very first I did. And I did something here that I really felt. I remember this is in slow motion, so it doesn't look like wall running. But when this is happening fast, this actually felt like proper wall running. I'm just gonna run it for you real quick. You see how it just flies up against the wall, and you do a backdash. It actually looks like he's wall running and then pushes off with his feet.
Yeah, and that was kind of like what the goal was. The goal with wall running was to be able to do maneuvers like that in tight spaces.
Yeah. So
like instead of like needing the space and gas to like do like a backdash and get behind someone, like especially if you're at just like a slow speed, you could start a wall run, jump, and then like kick off the wall and then get behind someone. So like I didn't want wall running to be a visual thing. I wanted it to be like to actually complement the normal flying gameplay and be a part of combat.
Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Like it was kind of out of scope, and yeah.
And that's also why we don't have it today, even though some people has been like, hey, where's wall running?
Yeah, it was not a priority. There was a lot of other stuff that we were focusing on instead of wall running.
I mean, it makes sense. Come on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're actually we're getting there, guys. We have 3 questions left until Liam can deep dive into how the netcoding stuff worked.
And general dev stuff.
Yeah, but one of them is really. I think it might be a long question, Cube.
Oh.
Or a long explanation, not a long question. Do you mind going through the process of making a character?
I mean, that's not really a long explanation.
Oh, it's not? Okay, let's go.
It takes a long time to make them, but the explanation of it is pretty straightforward, I imagine.
Okay.
So
let's say you
because
wanted to make Historia right now. What would you go to? What were you going to do?
Okay, if I were to, I would, since we don't have a concept artist on our team, I draw my own concepts. Because I'm an artiste.
Ooh.
So I collect a bunch of images of the character, then draw up my own reference art that I will then model from. From there, I will... So the way we handle character sizes is we... Like, I'm sure you've noticed, we just scale the body, right?
Yeah, and then you
so the character
add,
head...
Am I wrong when I'm saying this? Because the rig is kind of broken, when you're making girls, you're making highlighters on the chest, so it looks like they have, you know, boobs, but they don't really. Or am I
They
wrong?
have really big melons.
Okay, they do.
Julie
Okay.
made those.
I just really didn't have the time to look close at it. So, but I noticed because I was looking through some stuff where I got sent some textures, and I noticed as well that the boobs on most of the female characters were actually highlighted. So I was like, okay, that's actually kind of interesting.
Well, of course they're on the texture too. Otherwise, there would be little depth.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, make it look flatter than it is.
Okay.
But yeah, like where was I?
Yeah, resize
like I create
the
the-
height or model. Yeah.
So we do that in the game. Every character is the exact same height on my end. So part of the process is scaling the head to make sure it'll match the body appropriately when it moves into engine. So I have to like look up the height, cross-reference it with characters we have, so I can make sure it looks appropriate. From there, I would UV unwrap and create a 10 out of 10, definitely not just fill tool and lazy scratching textures.
That sounds like you mean it.
Yes, definitely. That's pretty much it. You just rig the head on with the blinking and the eye movement, and the character's pretty much ready to go.
Okay.
Oh, I have to make LODs too, but
What is that? LODs?
level of detail.
Okay.
It's so if you're really far away from a character, we do not need to render them at like the highest possible quality. So we have lower levels of detail where there's significantly less polygons and stuff.
So let's say Lana, one of the most detailed people or characters of them all. She has a mole, she has freckles. Those are being like not rendered or not rendered.
Those are on the texture, so those will be rendered.
Oh, they will?
regardless.
Okay.
Yeah, those are just textures, so it wouldn't matter.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. So what kind of stuff is it that doesn't get rendered then? Is it eyes, like stuff like that?
So we still render the eyes, but instead of like being nice circles, they become squares at the lowest level of detail.
Oh.
Honestly, we could probably remove the eyes and you wouldn't notice, because by the time that one is used, the character is really hard to see in any meaningful way.
Yeah.
Things that get deleted, usually like little loose bits, like on the collar area, there's like, how do you describe that? You know, on shirts, when you like got the top button done and it goes up a little bit before going into the collar.
Yeah.
That's like a little loose bit that gets deleted. One of the inner collars gets deleted.
Oh, okay.
Hairs become insanely less detailed. Like, really.
It just goes to
bad.
a scuffed. Like
Yeah.
Some of the characters might even go from scuffed to worse.
Yeah, they get really bad looking,
Oh.
but that's okay because you can't tell, and it makes your game run really good.
Now, I want to ask you about a thing.
That's it.
Because this was rather quick. I'm not gonna lie. And before, like taking on the long one for, I think this will be long for Liam. Before we do that, I want to ask you another thing. So you're doing the characters basically, right? Were you going to, if there was to be implemented skins into the game? We talked about Kenny being too casual, having the APG kind of stuff. Also the APG, no, Kenny squad with their casual looking clothes. You wanted to maybe add casual skins to all of the playable characters, so there were no difference in them. Are you making these skins? Like, are you the person who are making these skins if they are to be adapted or
Yes.
put into the game?
Yeah, it would be me, yes.
Okay, so
I'm the only person on the team with that skill set.
Expertise, yeah, skill set,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so what do you think if I say team-themed skins or tournament winner skins even?
What? Hang on. So the skins would be for the winners only?
Yeah, like for teams,
That can't be
for
done.
winners, something like that, you know.
That can't be done. We
That-
don't have a means to track accounts or anything, so
Okay. No. Not
everyone
only for
gets it
those
on one
people,
website.
but like it could be,
in
it
the
could
game.
maybe be used for everyone, but like something like that, you know,
Oh.
competitive themed skins.
So like the winners like vote in
Yeah.
something or something.
Like in
Yeah.
League of Legends.
Exactly, or like in Overwatch, where when
don't play either of
they
these
play,
games.
they have this very specific color of their team, and they use these skins when they're playing competitive. Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to actually get that implemented, ask Roark, but I don't imagine it'd be a lot of work on
Okay.
my end. I imagine probably a good bit on Roark's end.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, wait. Ask Liam.
Oh, Liam.
He could do it. I don't know if he's allowed to, but
Honestly, it wouldn't be that difficult, really. We'd just be switching out the textures
basically, yeah.
for the characters, and that's easy to sync between like the hosts and the clients. I mean, the most time-consuming part would be making the skins and making the UI for like skin selection, which
Yeah.
wouldn't even be that bad. So yeah, in
You just
game,
add a tab
we don't
and
have to
ignore
add that
portrait.
much. Yeah, we don't have to add that much in game to do it, and then I think if we do that, it'd be kind of just a sweeping kind of customization thing,
Yeah.
though.
So now I'm just thinking loud here, right? Because I know there's no progression system, there's no characters, there's no account type of system, right? But we know, because Roark has been talking about it, and we have all been like hearing and seeing about it on the official stream, that there is this so-called tourney build, which is being developed on for the sake of the competitive scene. That could actually, like, I'm just thinking loud here. There could possibly be a game, like a version of the game meant for the competitive scene where these type of skins were in. So it wouldn't be accessible for, you know, the normal player, but only if you actually played competitively in tournaments featuring on the streams.
Yeah, that's an option. Like,
yeah.
we don't have to include. Like, if
thought
we just want to put something basic together.
I thought the competitive build was specifically for the person streaming it, because it adds like extra UI elements and stuff. So they can, like in spectate mode, it shows who you're spectating, their gas, their blade, your abilities and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it's just that. It's not an actual thing for players to use generally.
Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. It's not a general thing for players to use, but
I
you
could
know,
be mistaken though. I actually don't know the plans for it. I just know currently that's what it is. I think it has been shown on streams.
Yeah.
Like it's been used. So,
but
that's all I know.
But you know, just a simple version, not with all of that stuff, because that is like no touchy kind of stuff. That is only for the streaming purposes of the official competitive. But you know, a softcore version where you have the tournament builds made for these kind of things with the spectators and all of that stuff, and then you get like a version of the current game you're playing on, but with the integrated skins. That could be kind of cool. I feel like. I might be wrong.
That's a statement.
Yeah, that's a
don't know,
statement.
man.
Anywho,
I don't
it
have
was
much
just
to say there.
something that I was thinking about myself. That could be kind of funny. I'm not gonna bother
Yeah,
you with that anymore, Coop. No, don't worry.
It is technically possible, but yeah.
Yeah, no problem. All right, Liam.
Yeah.
Cables and cable wrapping and reeling. I have some questions
Yes.
regarding the reeling system.
Okay. Yeah.
Why does the cable come out of the hook and not out of the belt?
It's just how we set it up. I think we just, yeah, it's just like, I think that was Roark. I think he set that up. And I think the anchor point was just put in the wrong spot, actually.
Okay, so it's
And
just
it was
a
just
visual
never.
Tropic playing.
Yeah,
out
it's.
of his
I mean,
mind.
like that is the origin point for the hooks. So like it does. I think it uses it for some calculations. For like drawing the paths, like figuring out the paths and stuff. But yeah, nothing significant.
No. Okay.
But yeah, it just ended up like that.
What about the wrapping mechanic of the cables? Because you know, as everyone else know, that when you're cabling to something, you can create some mazes of wire or cable. You worked a bit on that, didn't you?
I worked on a version of it before it was added to the game. Roark did the entire implementation that ended up in the game, and he had worked on a version of it before I did outside of the game, like just as a package. I think he was planning to sell it like on the asset store or something.
Oh.
And I mean, like he still could.
Yeah, most definitely.
But that's the implementation that ended up. But before that was put in the game, I did like put something together and like experiment with some like implementations and stuff.
Nice. What about the we talked a bit about this before. That was actually the questions. For now, I'm just gonna really quickly say. So we actually have like some time left. We just rounded 1 hour and 40 minutes. But I'm gonna ask you for the aiming of the APG, because I think some APG players out here need to thank you, Liam.
Yeah, for the one quirky thing that I fought for.
Yeah, bring it.
Yep. So yeah, like for forever since the APG was added to the game, you couldn't just aim with your like mouse when you were poised in the air. You had to be holding down a movement key. So you'd have to be holding down W, like how you're on the ground, to actually get your character to face the direction like that you want to aim. And I hated it. It drove me nuts. So I fought for it for like weeks or months even, just like trying to get Roark to change it. I even like put a video together just like, it was only like 4 lines of code too.
Yeah, it's
just showing like how it should. Yeah, just showing how it should work. Like, okay, yeah, I poise and I'm in the air and I'm aiming where I'm looking. and then eventually Roark was like, okay, fine, I'll add it. And I can't play the game without it. Like, I don't know how people. Oh, it just feels natural.
Yeah, it does. I think a lot of APG players are in your depth, because I know for a fact that without that, it would be a mess and a half trying to aim around these puppies. Like, if you have to press, like, people are already getting stressed out about pressing a movement key to not get the landing animation. Imagine an uproar this would be. Bro, I have to press W when I aim my APG.
Yeah. So yeah, it was something we definitely needed to do. I like. I'm kind of an advocate for like making the controls like just like feel comfortable and like familiar, because that's just like how all like over the shoulder shooters like kind of behave. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. With that said, we're actually pretty much done with the interview. I wanna real quick, because I have some videos that you sent me, Liam, that I wanna play in the background while either Cube can dive into something or Liam can
I
go
was-
ham with the thing he wants to do.
Yeah, I was just ask. You said there'd be like community questions. I saw quite
Yeah.
a few in the chat that I wanted to answer, but I didn't want to like
Go
derail the
nuts.
stream to answer the community.
Literally go nuts with it, because that is what we're here for. That is like basically what we're here for.
Well,
Or
I guess
should we get the Liam thing out of the way first? How long does it take the dive in part?
that's a question to you, Liam.
Well, I mean, like, just however long we kind of want to talk about it for.
Okay, because I think can we like put aside maybe 10 minutes for it, and then we can go to community questions, and then you can go ham with that.
Oh yeah, if you want. I'm happy just to discuss it, like
Yeah.
random stuff.
No problem.
Cool.
So just dive in with the stuff, Liam. Like how does the whole connection stuff work? And if you can keep it under 10 minutes, and Cube, you can find some community questions you wanted to answer, and just like write them down on a notepad real quick, and then so we won't forget them.
So if any of you have questions, ask now because I'll forget.
Yeah, I'll answer them too. Just even if you just posted questions before, just repost them now, and we'll get to them.
Yeah, and I'll just show some videos of the
Yeah.
stuff you sent me in the background. Meanwhile.
Yeah, get those going in the background. Yeah, so I was the primary programmer for the foundational multiplayer stuff. Roark was originally using Forge, which basically was discontinued. It was just like a community thing. So I was an advocate for our new stack, which is Mirror. And I implemented I replaced I think we spent like one whole month just converting the game to Mirror. So I did like the foundational stuff, like the managers and like the basic connection code and getting everything working. And then as a team, we all kind of went through things like system by system and updated everything. We also had and we were using like a built-in thing for our lobbies, which was discontinued like the month we were going to release the game, like 3 weeks before it or something, or 4 weeks. So that was when we switched to Epic online game services. So that's what actually runs all of like our online services. So all of our lobbies and like that stuff is all Epic. Just because like Steam isn't an option because we didn't want people to have to, because like we can't have like an official game on Steam, and if you don't have a game on Steam, you can't use their services unless you want to use like a pre-existing app ID, which is really weird. Yeah, that's like classic Space Wars, which is like Valve's test game like app. But yeah, so we switched to Epic Online Game Services because they had all the features we needed, specifically like hosting lobbies and game analytics. And the license was really good. Like we didn't need people to make Epic accounts or or anything. We could just use like hardware tokens to sign everyone in and for everything. So it was just really advantageous. So I spent a lot of time just like integrating Epic online services and just making sure everything worked correctly and the lobby system. So that was all from that. There's a lot more that like that's kind of like specific to like individual systems or things that happened or just a part of development. But yeah, that's like the gist of it all.
Okay. Nice. Cube.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I have to go off memory of some of these I saw because the chat has cleared itself a bit.
Yeah,
But
it
I saw someone
happens.
ask, I saw someone ask which characters I made and which ones Yuli's made. I created, so Yuli made, this kind of gets like a hybrid sort of thing. So Yuli made the first batch of characters, which consists of Eren, Armin, Mikasa, Lana, and John? If I'm not forgetting someone. And then he came back to make Annie, Sasha, and Hanji. But he never finished them. So what started me into creating, modeling the rest of the characters too is I fixed up and finalized those and then just moved on to make the rest that I didn't mention. So like Connie, Reina, Bertolt. I've forgotten all the others.
It's fine. There are some other questions you can plug at if it is.
Let's scroll up. Let's see if we can see any more.
Yeah. Just regarding Dodgeblade, I love Dodgeblade so much. It's a shame we couldn't get it in the game.
Why was it removed? I actually don't remember.
It was just like Sonic. We didn't like want to focus on because it and it wasn't just Dodgeblade. It was also the kart mode. They're unique. So like they don't share anything with other game modes really, especially kart. So like those game modes just introduce like a bunch of bugs and stuff that we just have to fix specifically for them. So like it was just better to like focus on making sure that the game modes we had were working, which were already a lot. I think we have 14 or something. So yeah, it's like it just kind of ended up that way, but I do miss it. It was actually a lot of fun. It's a shame. Same with kart. I really did enjoy the kart game mode.
It kept exploding.
Yeah, that happened a lot too. But yeah, Dodgeblade was a lot of fun. It's a shame it didn't get in the final release of the game. Yeah. I even like miss like these old test maps. I've got like I've played so much of them like throughout like testing the game that I'm like nostalgic for them now.
Yeah, the old like these orange, fully orange kind of maps or what? Or is it like Dodgeblade you're talking about?
Oh, both. But this map, yeah, that's playing in the background.
Yeah, exactly. That was the one I talked about.
So much on this map. It's yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually one thing I want to talk to you about. If you know anything about it, because Moose hasn't like been here yet. But do you know about the opening, the gates of the city? Where are they? Because you're locked in this city.
Forgotten
do you
detail.
mean like? What do you mean specifically? Sorry.
Like the actual gates.
Yeah, the
like
actual gates
one
into
with
the
the
city.
sigils.
Oh, yeah, they're not there, are they?
No.
Yeah.
There's no way into the city.
But on these old versions of the map, we had gates.
Exactly. Like what happened to the gates?
I think we just forgot to include them.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think that's literally it. Like, because we went through so many maps and like making maps is so time consuming. But yeah, and like making the assets for them too, just because like those gates. I mean, the gates are like really cool aesthetically, but they don't change anything about the map. So like you can kind of see how they get like a bit left behind or like forgotten. Just because like it's a lot of effort, or it can be a lot of effort to model them and include them in the map, and they don't really add anything. But yeah,
that's true.
We basically the gist of it is we just forgot, and it wasn't something we were really focusing on or rushing to include.
No. All right, that was actually the videos I had.
Cool.
Yeah.
So hop back to community questions.
Yeah, just go on. I need to mute myself really quick, but I'll be back in a minute. I'll still be here listening, but I just need to mute real quick. You just go with the community questions.
Yep.
So hype lights. Is Levi's face UV a lot bigger than others to make it more detailed than other characters? I think Yuli just rushed him out. His
Yeah.
face is just bigger in the UV map just because he didn't spend a lot of time adjusting it. Brewski, Yuli made Levi.
Just regarding height, yeah, the old console did look good. I'm actually the one who made that
It
console.
But Liam,
Um,
don't forget about the horrible, horrible performance cost.
My god, yeah. When I first implemented the console, it didn't perform well. If you had it open, it would lag your game so much. I fixed all the issues with the console in the end and optimized it a lot. But in the start, because we had so many messages getting logged, it caused issues. But I do miss it. I basically just copied the Rust console. Yeah, you will always get lag when you open it. Just because it's it doesn't store just plain text. It stores the actual messages and their data, and every time you open it, it has to recalculate what should actually be drawn and what text there should be. So it takes a moment, and I don't think I made it. Actually, I think I did make it asynchronous. It still chugs a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It used to also hit performance when you didn't open it either.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, you would have an issue and you need to look at your console, but it would just be killing you. But yeah, I basically just copied Rust console, because Gary, I guess, is just very fond of his consoles and knows how to make a good console. So I used him as inspiration, basically. Which is why the colors are just green and everything else, and and the entire rest of the game's color scheme for the UI is not that color. Yes, we have a bit of we have lag compensation in attacks, and then we also do extrapolation and interpolation for your players. So basically the game, all the clients in the game run one update behind where they really are, and it interpolates between their second to last position and their last position. So it always has a buffer in front of it. But packet loss and latency can interrupt that, and if that happens, then we need to start extrapolating to make things look smooth. So that is something we do on some network objects. So the players and the projectiles. And yeah, and then the attacks obviously also have some built-in code to deal with latency. What's your favorite mechanic, Cube?
Honestly, I think I was one of the biggest people against it, but I like the ropes getting caught on objects.
Yeah,
I actually like that
completely
a lot.
Yeah, I agree. That really changed the game. It wasn't in the game for so long. It was really new. It's really new out of all the features in the game. But
it came out really good.
It makes moving around so much tighter, because I think just naturally when you're playing the game, you expect your pivot point to be the edge of a building you're going around, and that wasn't the case until that was put in the game. So it just made everything feel better.
Mm-hmm. The reason I was so against it is because back in a TTG, me and a friend at the time were fucking around with modding the game, and one of the ideas we had was creating tangible ropes like that, but there were lots of issues with it and it didn't feel very good. So I was concerned that if implemented in this game, it'd be a big waste of time and get scrapped for the same issues. But the games just play fundamentally different, so it ends up actually making this game feel infinitely better.
Yeah, I know. I'm very fond of it. I know a lot of people think that it's a really nice addition, and it also makes the game more realistic. And I have had a lot of fun with it, with trees, especially in the park area on city, because you can really tangle your wires and then get super nice speed on it with the momentum you build up from swinging around them.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. It's like something you can't go back to not having.
Agreed.
Once it was added to the game, there was no going back. It felt so much more natural
Yeah.
than not having it.
So Liam, did you say your favorite mechanic?
I mean, mine would also be that because that was really new. My favorite non-existent mechanic is wall running, just because I really like it and I like the idea of it. But yeah, I mean, if I had to pick, I would also say cable wrapping. But I mean, other than that, I really do like sword combat a lot. I think the sword combat mechanics, parrying and attacking, turned out really good.
You're gonna hate me then because I'm a bit
Oh,
I'm a bit skeptical over the clashing mechanic. I think it could have been
ban him.
yeah, made a bit different. I like the clashing, not gonna lie. It's a really nice addition and I've had a lot of fun with it. But for me, I feel like it could have a bit of leeway for the aggressive player. You know, if you attacked for like long before the other player attacks, you should get the upper hand of the attack and actually kill the player and not just clash. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like parrying is an underrated mechanic, especially for new players, because they just attack and they know if they get attacked at the same time they will clash, so they don't really need parry until they meet a good APG players. That is the only place they really need to train their parrying. So I like the clashing, but I think it should be for a limited time for a time window when they attack each other at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated. So the final decision for that, like, was Roark. It was just like what he felt was best. Because it's kind of hard to tell what to do. Like, who should win? Should it be like the more aggressive player, or should it be the more passive player? Should it be the person who like perfectly times a parry, or is it like the person who has the most speed, or the person who has like poised their attack for the longest? It's like it's up for like discussion, and it's kind of prone to opinion, especially because it's a one-hit kill game. So it's a bit complicated. But yeah, like there's other stuff we could do to like change it. Like maybe we reward people who perfectly time poise parries better more than people who do offensive parries. So like we reward a defensive player for like poison at the right time rather than just attacking at the same time or something. But yeah, it's hard to say.
Nice. Okay. Well, are there not any more community questions here?
I think there were a bunch at the start, but I've forgotten like most of them.
Yeah, I forgot some of them as well.
I think I think Not a Pro said something about green screen.
Rework green screen.
He was just memeing about the green screen map a bit. I think that was actually really good for making thumbnail.
I like it.
Yeah, the rework's just gonna be we're gonna slightly change the shade of green the room was.
Actually, a thing I think that people should take into consideration is remove bloom when they're doing green screen maps, because the green screen blooms on to the characters. So if you don't turn it off and you try to take like a picture and like replace the background, you will get this weird green light on the characters because it blooms off of them.
Yeah, that was like the main issue. It was acting like a real green screen in real life. Like the light was accidentally like affecting the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if we did it again, we'd probably make like a proper like photo mode-y kind of room.
Yeah.
But yeah, or even like just like allowing the user to just take snapshots that get exported. Like we just don't render the background at all. It's just the character, and then the background is just like just zero alpha, like empty pixels.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was just for the purposes of like thumbnails or something. But yeah, it's just a question of like if that's really worth going to all that effort to implement.
Oh, concepts with the question proximity chat. When?
Oh my god.
That would be. We talked so much about this in the beginning, like someone flying around, like screaming Sasageo.
You know, let me check actually. Let me check one thing, and then that'll decide my answer.
Gotta go into the hidden files.
Okay, honestly, probably wouldn't be. It's not impossible. It might be a little tough. And yeah, we do have Discord for VC, but Epic Online Services do have, which is what we use, has built-in voice integration, so we could actually implement it if we chose to, but I don't think it's really worth it. I mean, like it'd just be so memey. I don't think it would add any actual value to the game.
I think it would just be memey as well, like literally.
Yeah.
It'll
So
just
yeah,
be a bunch of people screeching every time they die. I don't know how good it'll
people
be.
would just be blasting Sasageo through the proximity chat, which would be great, but also the worst.
It would become a more aggressive version of VR chat, basically.
Yeah, it'd be basically. But yeah, like there is a pathway to do it if we chose to, but I don't think we're choosing to do that.
I also think there won't be a lot of people who would actually use it, like to begin with. So that's also.
Oh
like,
yeah, I'd mute it every time.
Yeah, I'd mute it as well.
Proximity chat isn't really used in games, I find. Some games, like I won't even know there is proximity chat until like 8 hours in. I hear someone talk, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
the game has proximity chat.
Please,
That's neat, I guess.
if you do add it, please make it so it's enabled from the beginning, so we get these weird interactions where people don't know it's enabled and they sit there talking shit. I know there was a game, I played it at some point, I can't remember what game it was, but some idiot had the idea to enable proximity chat, and I was just like talking to myself, and someone was like, bro, you gotta disable proximity chat. I was like, wait, can you hear me? And I've been playing for a good like 3 to 5 hours talking, and this guy was like, bro, you gotta disable that shit.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be funny, it'd be a meme, but it would also ruin the game.
I would love to hear everyone screaming AVG is busted every time I kill them 25 meters away. Oh, that would be kind of cool. But I mean, proximity chats is more for the memes. Favorite cheese? Highlights.
Sharp cheddar. I answered
Cheddar.
before. Yeah.
No,
Cheddar's awesome.
I got that in first.
No, I typed it in the chat when he first asked like 5 minutes ago.
True, he was actually faster on that.
Do we actually all like cheddar the most?
Cheddar is the best fucking cheese.
That's always what I get.
Not if you ask Liev. He's like a cheese fanatic, and he has some like, he's saying like blue cheese and stuff like that. It's really good.
Ugh.
Yeah, I couldn't either. So a fun fact about Liev. Liev is a cheese enthusiast, I'd say. And he's on team with me, like in 139, right?
You're in 139?
Yeah, and once in a while, we get a picture of him, not him eating it, but a picture of a freshly cut piece of cheese, and he's like, look at this baby. And all we see is just a piece of rotten cheese, and he's like,
exactly.
yeah, and he's like, I can't wait to slurp this into me. And everyone is like, please don't, you're gonna kill yourself. It's rotten, bro. And he's like, no, it's rotten, under control. And I'm like, come on, man.
That's great.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I like how he seems so offended by our basic taste in cheese.
Yeah. When I said mine is also really normal. Like, it's just my favorite cheese, and the cheese I can eat all the time. Like I like cheddar, it has like a nice taste to it, but just a normal sliced cheese, like totally plain made cheese. That is something I
What?
find very delicious. And he was like,
hardcore processed stuff that tastes like plastic.
no, not the thing that tastes like plastic. Just the thing, you know, if you take cheese, a normal plain block of cheese, that is it. That
What
is
is a plain block of cheese?
what?
Like cheese is just like the thing it is, but like, is it Gouda? Is it cheddar? Is it mozzarella? Like,
That's
what's
the
the
thing.
cheese?
That's the
Cheese.
thing. So
No
so
one
there is
knows.
no
Leaf,
cheese,
so-
just
so
blank
Leaf-
cheese.
yeah, but Leaf asked about it as well, and I tried to. So in Danish, it's called mellemlaget, which is basically roughly translated into plain cheese.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna
No one
assume
knows.
Gouda, because Gouda is like one of the most neutral cheeses.
Might be. I have no clue. It's just like plain cheese. Like if you go up and you ask for cheese, you get a fucking block of cheese and you start scraping out of that bad boy.
This
It's
cheese
so-
conversation
Yeah.
is getting out of hand.
Is it? I
I'm
demand
surprised,
answers.
first of all, I'm surprised how much you know about Cheese Cube.
Yeah.
Why? I
You
fucking
know
love
100%
cheese.
more about cheese than I do already.
Oh,
Oh.
we had a thing. We had a thing in the 139
Oh,
chat as
shit,
well
it's
because Vip is here, nice. But we talked about cheese in the 139 chat, and we all agreed that I think it was called the Hamuli cheese, or Hamula cheese. It's really like well known in like Cyprus and around Greece and there. It's like it's a cheese that when you grill it, it kind of gets this kind of, you know, chicken feel to it.
Yeah, I've seen this. I
don't
want to
even
try
like.
it.
It's so
I don't
good.
even like Emily.
Don't you?
Nope.
Oh, it's so good. I'm not gonna lie. It's really amazing. I was eating this cheese on this boat, and I was like, okay, this is some really good chicken. But bro, they cut these cubes. Like, how can they get a chicken into a cube? And my mom was like beside me, you know, it's cheese, right? And my mind blew up. I was like, bro, this can't be cheese. No way.
If someone asked if the devs are good at the game, it
No,
was Renzi.
Oh yeah.
not a single one. No.
Real mixed bag. I'm okay. I'm pretty good. Like sometimes I'll do fine, unless there's actually good people in the game.
We're
I know-
good when others are bad.
I'm great at beating people who don't know how to play. But that's about it. Like, I mean, I know the controls like and everything like backwards and everything's very natural. But when it actually comes to like playing competitively, like Moose just wipes the floor with me. Like he just destroys me. There's nothing I can do about it.
Vip was pretty good at the beginning. He's actually doing somewhat good still. But in the beginning he was like the player. Like every time he joined the lobby, everyone was like, "Oh shit, it's Vip." Now it's like, "Hey, it's Vip." You know, before
That's
we
because he
feared
had tester advantage.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like he knew the APG was
Yeah.
broken before we got into the game. He was the only one with Sorvet. I remember back in the days. Yeah, back in the days, like 4 months ago. But that was like, yeah, that was kind of funny. Sorvet and Vip on the APG meta.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm okay. I'm pretty good, I think. But yeah, I probably wouldn't last long in like a competitive game against like some of the other devs.
I'd say on a competitive level, like basically none of the devs will be able to hold much of a candle to the actual like hardcore
Yeah.
players.
I mean, you did it pretty well, Cube, when we played against you.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you, Tropic, to consider Cube's feelings like that.
Thank you.
know,
I
you know,
rather-
Reassure him.
yeah. You gotta stay good friends with the person who literally makes the characters if you are ever going to have a Tropic character in the game. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying.
What model would Tropic even have?
Size.
Your profile picture is Levi.
Yeah,
Do
actually,
you just want just to put your face on a Levi?
you want to know something funny? So I made a promise a long time ago, and that is like 3 months ago. So that's a long time for me. when I started making content, people were asking at some point, can we get face cam? Can we get this? Can we get this? And I was like, well, I don't really mind showing my face, but I wanted to get known in this game for my mechanics and for my gameplay and stuff like that. And I didn't even want to let people hear my voice, but I already made like the guides so they heard it. I was like, bro, yeah, it's fine. So I made a promise back in the days that at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I would do a face reveal. And I'm not saying that we're 12 away, but we're 12 subscribers away from me actually doing a face reveal. So you could take, like, it's an idea to take Tropic face and slap it on Levi body. I don't think I'm the same height. He's like 160, I'm like 180. So there would be some problems there, but like, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wouldn't be scuffed.
It would be scuffed as hell, bro.
I can't believe, I'm actually kind of surprised when our time's getting added. I'm really surprised we made it 2 hours into this interview and this is the first time anyone's even mentioned the word Titans, even like memeingly.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it is. Like, if you're talking about something that you like to do and something that you burn for, like making this game, talking about how you did it, it kind of just flows into the sand, you know, like the time just runs off with you, right?
Yeah. Titans actually, well, I mean, the only reason Titans weren't included, because I mean, like, everyone in the dev team would love to have Titans in the game and have like wave defense game modes, like wave defense multiplayer game modes. Like, that'd be super cool, and it would like complement the combat systems we have really well. It was just that like Titans are such a big undertaking, like modeling them, animating them, implementing them, making game modes with them. It was just like, it was a lot of work. If we really had to get Titans in the game, like, it would have taken like another year to like get the game out, maybe, or even longer, maybe, or not at all.
A year.
Yeah, like, it would have just been like, because like, we can always like technically add Titans later. Not saying that we will or anything, but that depends on the devs mainly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think we could, like, I mean, yeah, like I said, everyone would love to have Titans in the game. It's just a question of like resources, and because like everyone in the dev team would need to be involved basically to get it implemented.
I gotta address how calmly you're taking it. Like, yeah, I think we could. While if you ask Roark, he's like, no, we cannot. We need to remake the whole game. We need to do this and this. Like, and you're like, I mean, we could do it.
Yeah, he likes to really crush people's hope.
Yeah.
And that's what we like about him.
Yeah. It's also,
yeah, it would be
so much work. You also gotta remember not to make any promises when you're happy. Like, that is a big mistake.
I know. I'm not making any promises.
Yeah.
That's just risky. If I make a promise, then I'm gonna be stuck working on this game for another 6 months.
I just read as well that Vip with the Tropic skin. So Vip said it would just be an inverted Levi face. How, like, that would look so wrong, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah.
When are you adding so Cube, you have the power to do it. When are you adding yourself into the game?
While I technically have the power, I cannot.
Why can't you?
Like if I made the character, which would realistically take 3 seconds, because it's a cube.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Say,
oh yeah, you wanted to say you wanted to add the cube. That's true.
Yeah, that's the end of it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this? It's a cube.
It's
included.
It's a cube. Oh my god, I would love to see that. Also, if you're ever going to get, I'm gonna push for it at some point. Not right now but it would be fun. If you're ever gonna get the request for a Tropic skin, make him muscular. Okay, I gotta show the guns. Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. Make it so the shirt rips a little every time he moves. Yeah.
Sure. Custom game support, time limits, and rule sets.
Yeah, that could be cool.
We did like just for the like base release, we added a lot of customization options. Just because we could. We thought it would help like the longevity of the game. I don't think people really use them though. So I think we've got pretty good weapon like customization and like gas and flare restrictions and stuff. But actual like changing like, and I think you could change the time limit already. But yeah, like actual rules, like changing the conditions of like how certain game modes might work. There's no plans to do anything like that. I don't think we'll really change anything about like the host selection like kind of system. But yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
It would be cool. But yeah, it's just probably won't happen. I don't think anyway.
Friendly fire for racing. We're inventing death race over here, my man.
Isn't that, can't you already enable
No,
friendly fire?
because you can enable it,
You can't
but you
attack.
don't have any blades. You start with 0 blades no matter what you do.
Oh yeah. And I mean, in development, like I think there were times that we could attack each other. But yeah, I thought, can't you change the starting weapons in the team save?
Yeah, you can,
always
but
start
you
with
still
0 ammo.
you always start with 0 ammunition. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
hard-coded rule
Even
for
if you
racing.
change the ammo on that screen.
You can't do anything. You always start
Yeah.
with 0 ammunition.
All right. Yeah. It must be. Yeah. It's in code when the mode starts. Yeah. That's probably. I mean, that was just Roarks' decision. I guess he just didn't want people like to be able to join a public racing mode and then they just get killed over and over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But yeah, so that's hard coded.
make it like a racing game. You can push other people.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You can just rip out their cables if you get stuck in them or stuff like that. Like I actually talked to a guy today, a player called Tuba, and he said like we rolled into each other, we Q rolled into each other and was like, bro, we need a clash mechanic or a roll feature where if I roll into you and we hit each other, it would stun lock us or some stupid shit like that. I was like, that sounds like a horrible idea, but it would be so funny to do. Like imagine rolling into each other on top of a roof and you would just be blasted off of it. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that might be a bit much.
Yeah, I think as well. All right, I promised you that it would be like between 1 and 2 hours, and I'm not gonna lie, it's already way past that. Like,
Yeah.
are we thinking about calling it a quitty here?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we'll just see if there's any other questions, and then if there's not, we can wrap up.
Because I feel like we got answered all of the questions that were sent in, and all of my questions as well. And like I felt we got like around it pretty well. We also spent like way more time than I initially thought. I thought it would be like 1 hour and then 30 minutes for extra questions, but here we are again. Same thing happened last time. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Teams on green screen, it already exists. You could just join in as a team deathmatch and then add teams. We've done it before. I'm pretty sure. Actually, wait, am I wrong now? No, I'm pretty sure you can do it.
Pretty sure you can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
It might only be one specific team mode, which lets you, because not all the maps are available for all the modes, I think.
Yeah, but I think you are able to do that. Most definitely. All right.
No.
Anywho, should
Not
we?
worth the effort.
If there aren't any more questions, I think that we're about to, make it a wrap up.
Yep.
I think so.
Great.
I think that's
Well, First off, I want to say thank you so much, Liam and Cube, for being here with me today. That was insane. That's so fun. I hope you had fun as well.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Thanks for
I
having
really
us.
like doing this.
Yeah. I really enjoy when we get together and do this type of stuff, even though our group chat where we're setting this up was kind of just like Cube sending cats. I don't know what that was about, but it was great.
Yeah. Just quickly, custom maps? No.
No,
Yeah,
not
definitely
happening.
not.
That's so much effort. Like all
It's
of our
like
tools are in the editor.
basically.
Yeah, all of our tools are in the editor, so nothing can like carry over. So we'd have to like redo our whole like pipeline for making maps to get things working correctly.
It would be worth.
So yeah, that'd be so much effort to do.
Vip just said you haven't seen dev chat. Cube, are you sending
What's up?
way too many cats or what is going on?
That's all he communicates with.
I
Yeah.
love that
Like-
kitten you found that is just rushing around in the milk. It's so cute.
Yes.
It's
It really is. All right,
He's a good boy.
let's get going with this. Thank you so much once more. It has been so nice having you guys. I love your work. I love everything you've done for this game. Keep up the good mentality. Keep up the work. Even though we might hit some rough patches once in a while, especially we had some stuff going on like 2-3 weeks ago. We're still kind of at a rough patch, but I think the implementation of the rank system, you guys actually looking into it, and as far as I can hear, the progress of the patch, the next patch with Erwin is getting along very well. That is what I hear mostly. So with that said, thank you so much, guys. You are literally the backbone of this game, and we wouldn't be here today without you guys. I think I speak on behalf of all of the community when I'm saying that you're the best. Thank you so much for dedicating your time to this.
yeah, of course, anytime.
Thank you.
Nice. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm just gonna mute for a short time, guys. That is why I'm disappearing. So, with that said, guys, I think we're at the end of the road. Yeah, thank you so much to all of the dev team. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you so much for supporting the community. Thank you so much for supporting Roark, the dev team, everyone, the game. Remember to drop in on the Ko-fi. That is where you can support through if you want to, you can support on Ko-fi. It goes directly to the program, directly to the game, directly to Roark, directly on his behalf. Thank you so much all for coming. Thank you so much all for this amazing dev stream. Thank you so much for making this possible, everyone. Thank you so much for wasting your lives on us. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say than peace, and I'll see you all next time.